Hi.
So to begin with, can you say your name and where you live?
My name is Huyen Trọng Chu. Right now, I live in the best city, I do believe, in Mississauga, Ontario.
And to begin with, if we can go back to the 1970s, before the end of the war, can you describe for us your life at the time? Where did you live, your family circumstances, etc.?
I think that's a great idea because in 1968, after the Northern Communist attacked our capital in the southern Saigon, and my father felt unsafe for family, so he decided to move to live in a military base. They call General Headquarters of Old Southern, nearby Tân Sơn Nhất Airport. And my childhood, I might say, I growing up in military base, hanging around with the soldiers and see a lot of military stuff.
And where were you before that?
Before that, I live in Province 3, right? Quận 3. Okay.
In
Saigon, yes. I born in hospital Từ Dũ, I believe. Yes.
And so when you were living in the military base with your father,
Yes.
How many sisters and brothers did you have?
Our family in the south, 8 members. Yes. I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters. But unfortunately, my eldest brother stuck in the northern of Vietnam.
So 9 people altogether.
Altogether. Because the reasons I saying so, because before my parents decided to move to the southern to run away from the communist government formed up in the northern, and because my father is the only son in the family, my great parent and my grandma not allowed my parent to bring our eldest brother to go with them to the southern. That's why my family situation is kind of special. Yeah, he stay in the back with the rest of the family.
And your father, what did he do in the military?
Oh, he's a commander. I do believe in whole military they have 2 computer center. And my dad, he's the commanding officers with the rank of colonel, with almost 1,000 soldiers under his dam. They, at that time, under the U.S. Support and run by IBM computer company, my dad and his officers, they govern to control all military things. For example, like the system right here with the ID, you can know exactly. My dad can pull out exactly the history of the whole family, yeah, just by the ID number, yeah, for tracking, control, and many use for the military field. Yeah.
And living on the military base, did your mom work?
No, I do believe that time most of the Vietnamese ladies, wife, they stay at home and their hand full with the children. That's our culture at that time, right? So my mom stayed at home and take care of us. Yes.
And of the 8 children who lived in the south, were you the eldest or where were you?
I'm a 4th of the family. Yes, the 4th of family. And in 1975, I'm 8, 15, old enough to see, to know things happen around for my family and our homeland too.
So let's take us to 1975, towards the end of the war.
Yes.
What were your memories of that time?
Oh, wow. That could be a big story. Because we live in a military base and this is a headquarters. So the Northern, they aimed attack on that. because the head on the military base. At that day, we see all kind of things because we nearby the airport, right? I can see a lot of militaries plane take off every day. And that time, oh my goodness, there's a heavy attack on Saigon. And I can see because the tank, when they're shooting, it's just about under 100 meters away. I can bearable the volume of the sound because it's so loud. And because I live in military base, I can see the intensity of the war. Right? That's the reason why I come here. I'm not interested in the action movie because I tell the people you may have a powerful sound system. You can see a lot of action, but unreal. Because in your movie, you can smell blood. But in the wartime, we smell blood. We saw the people being butchered in pieces. Right at that time, because they increased the level, my dad decided for my mom and some of us, we have to get out the military base because the Norton, they set up on heavy like weapon, they attack. They have missile, shell cover up. So on the way, we go back to our private home. That's a home we left in 1968. I mentioned in the beginning at the interview. So it's a miracle. I dare to say God saved my family because our driver, he asked my mom permission to stop by to get some meat for his family. So we stopped by. He quick running to Ông Tạ market to get some meat, just about a couple of minutes. So when we turn left, the missile dropped right in front of us, about 200 meters. I just hear the loud voice, smoke, and when our Jeep reached there, I see, oh my goodness, people with no head, no arm, people whining. It's because it's a narrow street. So when the missile dropped, it gave a big impact. Yes, a lot of people been killed. Yes.
And you would have been in there had you not turned left.
Yeah, because right in front of our Jeep, right? So when we reach there, we see everywhere. I remember until now, the kid with no head, right, lie on his belly. And a lady, I do believe she's come from the north because we have our traditional, scarf on her head. And she have no leg. I can see her side been cut, maybe by the presses of the missile. And the man beside her probably her son without 1 feet. I saw that. Yes.
What happened next?
That day, some of us enter our private home that's been vacancy because the people flee away. Those couple, I do believe they're working for the U.S., so they flee out the country before that time. So the house empty for us to go back. But some of my brother and my dad still stay in military base. For my dad, I do believe he dare not to go out to our private home because the neighbor know his rank. And some people, they might kill you to get the reward because my dad is a higher officer. So that's the reason my dad decide to stay. And in military base, it's several officers, high officers, families stay there, but everyone run away. Only our family left in that military base. And we saw the first Northern soldier marching. Yes.
So at this point, some of your brothers had stayed behind.
Yes.
Did they ever make it home?
Later on, that's the things. hard to explain. And even between our father friend, they wonder, why you don't run away? Why don't get outside? The answer here, no, it's not safe for him. So he stay. And later on, I hear the story from his soldiers. They've been set up secretly because if they feel unsafe for my dad, then they will take suicide at that time. Yes.
What happened to your dad when the new regime took over the city?
The new regime stepped in that military base, like I say, empty, completely empty. Just a couple hours before that day, some commando, like most of military people, soldiers run away, but some commando, they've been trained to be a fighter. They decide to stay. That's why I heard from my elder brother and cousin, they fight to the last minute. And later on, they will leave when they heard the grenade because they killed themselves. Right? So my dad, my cousin, my brother stay for a while. Then we even talked to the first soldiers of the Northern. And as I mentioned, you could figure out my parents' family, the big family, they all left in the Northern. I have a lot of auntie, uncle, like the rest of my parent family stayed in the Northern. So when we talk with them, then one soldiers, they live on the next village. So we don't feel like a gap. Most of people, they never met the communists from the Northern. They feel they're not Vietnamese. But for our family, the background, so I said, hey, it's kind of family. I feel kind of like close to them. And because that time we have no food, because the people outside, civilian, they take opportunity, they rob our house. When we run to my dad computer center to hide, and the civilians, it's hard to say, but for me today, I tell the truth. It may hurt both sides, but for us, survivor and a witness, we have to respect the truth. Civilians around military base, they run in and they rob our house. We have almost like, don't have a bowl to eat. And the Northern communists, one of them, he even chased a pig running around and kill them and make some food for us. You see that? I feel something they care. They're just normal people. They have to do what they've been commanded to do.
Can we just clarify a
Yes,
little bit?
yes.
So I'm going to go back up. When you say that you met the Northerners, this was when you were in Quang Ba, in your Quang Ba house.
Yes, yes.
In your third district.
Private house. Yeah.
In your private home. And the house that you said that civilians went in and robbed, that was your private home?
No, they dropped in the house in military base. Yes.
The house that you had abandoned.
Yeah.
You fled at the fall of Saigon.
Yeah, some of us, we run away with my mom and stay in a private home. My dad, my elder brother, my cousin is a soldier too. He's a couple of years older than us. So decide. That's why my cousin let us know what they planned, just in case something turned unsafe for my dad, and they have to take care of my dad.
And your house in the military base was also robbed.
Yeah.
But you didn't know that at the time.
Because I went out to a private house. That's the story I heard from my cousin and my elder brothers. What happened in military base house when we were away.
So what was life like after the fall of Saigon for you?
Oh my goodness. It's hard. It's very hard. For some of you, some people, they successfully escaped right after days. So you can't imagine that. For the people who live in the city, we've been strictly controlled, right? For household, they know exactly how many people, they calculate how much rice you needed. You need that paper to purchase the rice or instant noodle for your family. That's what they plan to do. They hold your stomach to control your mind. So, but at that time, we even eat the rice they've been buried in the jungle for a long time, because the time before they build up their military base in the jungle, right? They have food there. So when they capture an Northern, they move out all the rice, all the bad stuff, and now the city consume that. And that time too, the people who live in the village down outside the city not allowed to bring rice in the city because they wanted strict control. They control you very tightly and clever. Every morning we have an exercise, right? I'm the guy who blow whistle, wake up the neighborhood, go for exercise. What the purpose of it? Because if you didn't show up that time, I know I can question you, where were you? That's the reason why some people, they escape, but they fail. They go back, they have no how to stay. Because their plan been find out, discovered. They question you. And some of them, like my younger brother, been captured, kicked out of university, and in jail for a while, until my younger brother bribe them, pay, so my brother can be out.
So, just to recap, your father and your brother, what happened to them, the soldiers?
They stay in the military base for a while, and like I say, because my dad been trained in Japan in about computer in 1969, and a couple of times in the States too. So the Northern, where they go down to the Southern, they want to use my dad to recover the system. This is a thing, it's caused confuse. In the early years, the people think that my dad, working for the Northern government, betray, right? But it's not true. The U.S., before they retreat, they decide to give up and move out of Vietnam. They set up a line, a mind to destroy the computer, the system, to erase everything, right? But they fail because the missile, right? I don't know what to say. It dropped and they cut up that line. So the plan, they want to destroy the computers unsuccessfully. And all the resources the Northern can find out. The Northern at that time quickly sent computer technicians from the Northern and sit down with my dad and my dad soldiers to how to do it, and they can recover, right? Both sides, a lot of things they can take it out. So at the early years, some of my father friend kind of upset, and later on we explained to them what the whole situation is, right? And my dad have no right, because if my dad refused to do it, and you know that the end for him.
So he didn't get sent to the re-education camp?
No, he did. He did.
He helped them. I mean, he worked for them.
Yeah. Because you in their hand. You know them, right? The both sides. If I ask you for your help and you don't help, then I have another plan for you. You have to tell us what we want to know by any means.
And your brother was also in re-education camp?
No, my brother, that time, he's a student in university.
The one that was in the soldier, who was a soldier?
The cousin.
Okay.
Yeah, they have two members. My elder brother and my cousin. Yes.
So the elder brother, he was a soldier?
My cousin is a soldier. My elder brother that time, 4 years older than me, he's not a soldier yet. But somehow, he's very active. He decided to stay with my dad. maybe he figured out my dad need help. So he decided. Me and the rest of 5 brother and sister go with my mom. Yeah.
So that older brother, what, he went to university after the war?
No, he tear off the paper, walk out. Because what they try to teaching for the student university about the new society system, they say the old system working for the U.S. betray our nation. They try to brainwash you, right? So my elder brother, he say, I just tear that paper and throw away. I walk out. And he become a locksmith at that time. He very strong character. Yes.
And now without your dad, did your mom have to work to find a living?
That are years after. But right at that time, my dad, he's a faithful for officers. That's why we don't have much. Normally the people, they have like kind of resource. My family have none. I feel so sorry for my mom.
How did you make a living? How did you find things to eat?
At the early days, we have to sell what we have, one after one. And later on, my dad and my mom, she went to the flea market to do all kinds of buying and selling. Old clothes, old furniture is very common in Saigon at that time, right? At that time, yes. Very hard for her. She is small, even smaller than you. Yes, she very. People surprised am in her son because she under my shoulder. Yeah.
And you continued to go to high school?
Yes, at least this is very tactfully schemed because did not like in Cambodia that I heard. Here in Vietnam, they have a different plan. They let you go to school a certain degree, right? But they have a limit. My uncle, he's a principal in high school in Hanoi, right? That time he quickly come and visit my mom, let us know what will happen. That time I don't believe my uncle, because I think what happened in Southern may be different with the time happened in Northern. But my uncle, he say, because he in the staff who examine the test for students from high school to university, he know the rule, he know the policy. So he told us only my eldest sister, and my elder brother, luckily, enter the university. The Northern, they do different way. They try to use their own people to control. And because they consider we are not good, we belong to the former government. So they try to push it aside to give advantage for the people who come from the Northern.
And did you ever reunite with the eldest brother who stayed behind with the grandparents?
Yes. In very early, I do believe, even in 1975, the intents of our nation, at that time in April 30, people don't know what happened. But I think a couple of months after, my eldest brother from Northern traveled down to see us. Yes.
What are your memories of that moment?
Oh my goodness. Hurt. More we hear from my marriage brother. He been suffer because he could not play with a kid in the village. Because they only mention, oh, your dad, betrayed. Your dad working for USS, work for the Southern government against our nation, kind of thing like that. So later on, he could not finish high school. He ends up his life like a slavery in the mountain. stone cutter, kind of like that, kind of slavery. He didn't been well educated. It doesn't matter. He's our brother. We love him. We more love him because what he suffered during the time, in a way. Yes, we tried a couple of times to bring him unite with the family, but because my elder brother, he stayed with my aunt because my father have 5 sisters. So when my parents go down to Southern, my eldest brother left behind, and my aunt decided to stay single, take care of him. So considers like his mom, right? So that's what happened to him. He been nurtured by the love of both sides, my mom and my dad, because understand his situation, right? He have no parent around. He's been spoiled, I think, because he take advantage, because people consider he lack of love for the parents, so he have a lot of opportunity to spoil. Yes, that is my family, my eldest brother's side.
So back in Saigon, when did you decide to leave?
Decide to leave, more and more, I feel unsafe to stay. Because I do believe in 1979, when I know I could not enter university, right? I have no future. And there was time they forced me to enroll the army to come, or I can use another word, invade Cambodia. I don't think it's right. Doesn't matter what it is. So I refused the command, and I turned myself to be an outlaw. My name being crossed out, the paper. So the family have no food for me. I have to take care of myself and take care of my mom with 5 brothers and sisters, still small at that time. I've been an outlaw. I have to watch out where I go. On my bike, I have to open my eyes. If I see they have a lot of checkup point, right? Check your ID, right? And it's hard for you if you left Vietnam early, you could not understand. For example, Toronto and Mississauga is a neighbor city. But from Toronto go to Mississauga, you need the local authorities' permission. If they look at you, they may ask you, may I see your ID? Why are you here? For the reason. If you don't have that paper, they put you in cell. They investigate later to see what you do. Strictly, they control security. And that's why it's hard for the people to revenge, because some people try to fight back, right? Not easy.
So when you decided to not show up for the draft,
yeah,
and become an outlaw,
yeah,
did you have to go into hiding?
Kind of, because my dad, during his time, he very caring about the people. I do believe that whole the area love him. That's one of the reasons before they released my dad, after about 10 years in re-education camp, they send police to check up the people. How's he? How his family? And we have a good testimony from our neighbor, right? We say, oh, he very good guy. He help the people, right? Okay. So I kind of a little bit unsafe. I have to watch out. For example, in I think in 1980, before they have what I say, this, they have a plan to tracking our neighborhood, and maybe I'm the list. They know that I'm being some outlaw. I'm not follow the command, right? But fortunately, our classmate work for them. So his secretary told me, when tonight they will check up your house. So at 2 a.m. when they bang at our house door, I know they come in. So I run downstairs. I jump in because my dad built up a big chamber to collect the rainwater for the family use of 3 years. I jumped down and just dive into another section. But I hear what happened. They yell at my mom, "Where's Win? You know that your mom have to be always all kind of thing like that." And the other thing too, when they yell at my mom like that, I get mad. I swim out already. I almost come out. I plan, okay, you want me to go to the army? Yes. And I get a gun to take care of you from A to Z. That's what I planned. But God saved me. They check up all the room, under the bed looking for me. Then they left. The rest of my life, my parents are still alive right now, right? But I never forget the image of my mom, because the chamber, they have like the hole, so we often use a bucket to get all the water to transfer to a smaller container for the use for the family. And my mom worried about me. Her love bring her to that chamber. He said, "When they all left, come out." I remember my mom. That's that. Yes.
So, how long did it take for you to finally leave?
How long? Actually, I might say 2 years. Why am I saying so? Because in 1981, that's the final escape from my elder brother, the one who stayed with my dad in the military base, right? After he decided to quit university, right? And he do all kind of living and feel unsafe for him too. He decided to flee. He very brave. He asked 2 more guys cross the border of Laos. He decided to escape by feet. He escaped. He go out of Vietnam already, but he was caught by Laos soldiers, and they sent him back, put him in jail for almost 1 year. Right? He tried to escape many times, but in 1981, it's very crucial even. I remember that day, he's a next brother. He 4 years older than me, right? Because my mom missed one between us. That's the reason in our family, almost every 2 years, right? Our brother and sister. He asked me, "When you go with me this time?" Because I go with him a couple of times. Like later on, I mentioned in this interview, I escaped 14 times in 2 years to be a free man. But that time, he asked me to go. Probably he figured out that he need help, right? Because I'm bigger than him. Like I say, he's a short, well-built, but he need me, his brother, right? So he asked me to go with him. Then I say, if successfully we escape, that's great for the family. But if we fail, mom have to take care of dad in jail and 2 of us in jail. At that time, my eldest sister, she an English teacher, right? She teaching far away from the city. So only him and me, right? And my mom take care of whole family. So that's my figuration. They say, yes, if we successfully, that's great. But if we fail, mom have to take care of that and 2 of us in jail. No. So you go. That's why. That's why his journey, he go by himself. And that's the thing too. He gave me a clear instruction. He said, okay, now I go. When I reach to any land, I will send the telegram home, and you have to go to my friend's family and give them the notice. Some of them will collect money because of agreement. Some of my brother, like friend, they don't have money to pay at that time because we joined together. Actually, my brother, he didn't plan his escape from business because he collect people money by the boat, like engine, everything. Yes, that's what happened. But when the telegram reached to the group, it's not our house, but his friend's house. We have a big question. Why? He's the leader. He's the captain. I supposed to receive that telegram. Why not here? And we come back and forth, try to dig it out. Later on, we figure out the survivor of that journey don't want to reveal all the truth because it hurt. Later on, we dig up, they have to. That's one of the reasons, originally, I want to enter America state. I want to contact the people. I want them to tell me the truth. What happened to my brother? The one who do the favor for them.
He died.
He died. I do believe that. Because my uncle, my father-in-law, they have a special skill. They can see things in the future. They can see things away from our scene. That way they learning that skill. So we know something is not really good for him, but hope. At that situation, we have nothing to hope. Hope that we hope that our elder brother may be on some island. And maybe one day we'll have a new film. Even my uncle tell us what he see by his skill. But I still believe. We hope for that day. But we have to accept the truth. And later on, the survivor told us the last scene, they saw my elder brother and two of his best friends hanging on a piece of wood. Because his boat was attacked 6 times by Thai pirates. And like I say, my elder brother, he's a very brave man. He's a very brave man. Then during the attack like that, he was bleeding. Yeah. Pirates sometimes they use all kind of the axe, knife, to attack us. And if you're on the sea, you're bleeding, I don't want to tell the rest. Very hard. I should mention one thing. Today, I'm here to bring the voice of almost 500,000 people not successfully escaped, include my brother and his friend. What our people pay for the freedom we have. And later on, that's what I mean here today. Later on, our children know what happened to our homeland, our people. Like the rest of the world know about Holocaust happened to Jewish people during the Nazi time. So I'm being grateful for the project to bring up my elder boys. So the rest of the world will know exactly what happened. And some of you maybe left homeland early. You know exactly what happened to us. I tried the best I could describe from what I know. Okay?
You need to take a moment?
No, that's okay. I'm fine.
I don't know if we have time to go into all 14 times that you tried,
Yes.
but can you tell us about a few?
Yes, sure. Sure. The reasons we not mean that our or myself, the people try to escape from the southern, most of the time they fail. Because the people who decide to flee away, most of us from the city, our skin tanned exactly different with the people who work on the field. That's the reason, like you come from the city, you try to reach to the coast, they can pin you right away. They say, what you doing? Where you come from? May I see your ID? And boom, they catch you, put in jail. Most of them fail. For example, this time, I escaped with my elder brother and the other small auntie. They're younger than us, but it's our culture. They at level of my dad, so I consider they auntie. At that time, we pay for the trip. So some people, they steal military ship from different village. They go to the city who close to the coast, named Mỹ Tho, okay? They get military ship. And as we plan, we bring out the people by little boat, river boat, load them on, and head out to the sea. But it failed. Because when we enter the boat, the villagers say, hey, what you doing? They try to escape. Even you start, you fail already. And right at that time, we try to reach to that point. The communist policemen know. So from the công viên, what does it mean? From the square, right? They shoot out to the ship. And from the military ship, they shoot back. So people running among the bullet cross by like this. It's a chaos, right? And that time we successful escape and run back home. Things like that. I just review one of our journey because it's hard. Another time, this one is very, very important to say. Another time, at this time, my elder brother escaped already. I think it's in 1982. When we try to reach to the big fish, that's the slang they used to tell for the people, the ship, big there, waiting for the wide, open river. And from here, they have a taxi. They call taxis. It's small boat, carry 5, 4, 10 people and load on and head out to the sea. And that time we fail again. And we caught by the Vietnamese communists. And they pull our boat, planning to go back to their post, right? Their jail. But they do another trick here. They anchor a boat about 20 meters away from the mud bank, and they're asking for money. Some people, I believe the guy have a watch, golden watch, I'll give to the soldier to buy for their tokens. But things one lady, she thinks she woman, the guy dare not to do anything to hurt her. And she said, oh, I have stomach, I need to go to the washroom. For the people, you washroom means somewhere in the bush. She jumped out of the boat without paying, giving money. I saw them because I sit here, the policeman stand right there, right next to me. And the guy asked, did she pay? Another guy did, she didn't pay. You know what happened? Guess. Yeah. The guy shoot that woman instantly. I look, that woman, she fell down, right? Face, right to the mud, right? She dead. I can't bear that one. I stand up right where in front of him. I act stupidly. Later on, I tell the people, I tell my mom, I act stupidly because he's not shoot in the air to scare people. He actually shot that woman. So I'm the next one, isn't it? I stand right in front of him. I told him, translate in Vietnamese, I say, I'm not related to that woman, but you shouldn't do it. My aunt at that time, afraid for my safety, she pulled out her ring and said, Win, don't say anything, and give to the guy. Then we jump out the boat and flee away. My aunt and the rest of the people, they run in right side. They end up in Catholic church. They all get caught. Because when they're shooting, the northern policemen around know and see from the far side, see a lot of people running on the way, and ends up in the church. All of them been caught. My grandma, like in our culture, right, level, grandma, but not directly grandma, have to pay to get them out. Myself, I often play hide and seek with my brother and sister. When I see people go this way, I say, no way. I go by myself. I go down to the mud bank, right? The mud up to my thigh. I keep on walking because I try to hide from them. To hide from everyone for my safety. That's my instinct. So when I climb up, I see two kids been attacked by another gang in that area. I rescue them and take care two of them with me and keep on walking. On the way we're walking, we see another group of youth. I don't know what the term we use in English, but they gather the youth in the city to do all kinds of agriculture out of the city. Thanh niên xung phong, right? But they're a good one. They told me, don't run out the street because they heard the shot. You come out and they look at your skin, they catch you. Stay with us. Take our clothes. So get the tent as quick as possible. So three of us, me and two kids, right, stay with them. And when later on, at the end of the day, they say, maybe it's safe for you to go now. So I take care of two kids, head out to the street. I remember that time, I have some money. And for almost holidays, I have nothing to eat and drink. So I buy coconut juice for two kids. And the kid who sell at that spot, he's so small, he has to stand on the tour. And when I pay, he just asked me, where you come from? Your bill so wet. Because it's in my pocket. I quickly pay him and I go, okay, here money. And I walk. Until then, I start to worry about myself. How can I get back to Saigon? It's about, I think about over 100 kilometers away from home. And transportation at that time is bad, right? And you know what happened? Two kids say, oh, my house closed here. So, see you sometime. I'm not smart. I should ask them, can I go with you? I didn't. I start worrying about myself. I say, how can I get home from here? You know? And I saw a tricycle reach to them, two kids walk in front of me about 200 meters away. Stop talking. I started talking. And later on, that tricycle all end up to me. You know what happened? Who's that driver? Yes. Two kids' father. So two kids maybe, that guy take care of us. So he drive me home, take me half wash, clean up, and later that night, he bring me to terminal, bến xe, okay? So I can get back to Saigon safely that journey. What I like to emphasize here, if I don't have that kid, I have no chance to get back home. In my life, many times, God give me a heart, helping the people, and somehow it return back for my own benefit. And hopefully, I will tell you the last journey, something happened.
Just now, that story, you were about 20, 21 years old?
At that time, I'm 21. I born in 1960, so 21. Yeah. And maybe I should tell you the last journey, the 14th time I escaped. Maybe we don't have much time, so I try to shorten it. Okay. Our boat that time successfully load the people on, diesel on, from a fish source company. I do believe and collect the information later on. They buy, they use the term, they buy, mua bãi. They buy spot to open kind of party for the security guy that time, make them drunk. So our boat can enter to that company and stay, unload the people from different vehicle, unload the diesel, and we start housing. And my journey started, and my fun started. When I get on the boat, you know how much we pay for my journey? 2 ounces of gold. If I calculate equivalent to our currencies today, I think a lot of money. 400,000 or 500,000 equivalent. Not easy to get that goal. Myself, I'm working hard, and with the family support, tip in for my journey. And right at that time, when I get on the big military truck, I saw a lot of plastic can. I wonder, what we do with this one? And later on, that night I know, you know what? Before they head out to the sea, we need fresh water. So me and some guy had to get back to the back of the boat with a bucket and get the fresh water, fill up the container, and we head out. Next morning, and we was stopped, but we command to stop by a fishing fleet. I remember Chiến thắng 18. I still remember the number of that ship. That time, because for our journey, we have some gun to protect, just in case we have to face up with Thai pirate, right? That's what they well planned. But because on that fishing fleet, they have big gun from the distance, they're shooting. They command us to stop. We have to stop. Because for 13.5 meters long, and the width is not the width of this room, fill it up with 99 people. We just like sardine in the tin can. For 5 days and 6 nights, I just have like a small area to sit or stand straight. That's it. So our boat fully loaded. We slow. We got to run away from them. So we have to stop. They get on our boat, command all the men, go to their fishing. They drop us. They take whatever they have. They're searching the people in our boat too to get what we can. Then they let us go away. You may wondering why they let us away. Do you? After they rob us, they let us go. They say, here, the compass, keep on. You know why? Because they rob us. The ship number 18. If they bring us back to the land and report it, they can get all that money and gold. See? They let us free for a reason. I remember we line up, man one by man, take everything, put in a basket. Yes. So instead of fishing fish, they fishing men, right? They drop us.
Pirates from Vietnam.
Not pirate. They combine the business. Instead of looking for fish, they're looking for a skipper. They drop us. Then we keep on our journey. So next morning, like I say, and we keep on our journey. And you know, like the people for that escape, they always say, oh, I'm working in Navy, I know the way. But when they head out of the sea, they have no clue. The first night, the report to the boat, the diesel pump doesn't work. You know what happened? Me, again, I have to use the siphon to suck up the diesel from the tank, like a container, to feed for the engine. And because, you know, the diesel get in my throat, days after, I often throw up diesel. I have nothing to eat but diesel. I suffer from day one. Everything. But the important things, when the ship stop us, drop us, water sip in the boat. But that time, they're not concerned about water. They're just concerned about what the guy doing. So when those guys allow us to go, the people look at the boat's sinking because the water by the shaft is spinning, right? So they get panic and they make a mistake. You know what a mistake? They dump out the fresh water from plastic container, planning to make the float for them. That's why, till the third day of the journey, we have no water left. 99 people. No water left for us. Yes. And we had 2 showers. I do believe that's hope. Otherwise, a lot of people will toss down to the sea. Because for the people, the river fisherman rule, they don't keep the body, the dead on the boat.
So how long did it take you to get to Pulau Bidam?
5 days and 6 nights. Yes. We arrived in Terengganu, right, at around 11 p.m. June 17, 1983. I remember that date because when I dig up the old letter, I write from family because I could not hold that long things about a date like that. But that I know exactly, yes. And because no water and food for the people for such long, I have to ride the boat myself. The 5th day, about 5 p.m., around the clock, past midnight, and I give up at noon the next day because we passed out. I don't know why I could stand at that time. Have nothing. Yes.
You steered the boat.
They have the steering wheel because the boat, right? But the sailor or the rider of the boat, just before he give up, he told me just aim to that star for people, you know, without compass. So my job just holding steering wheel of the boat the first time in my life and just head out. Yes. Then yes, we end up in Terengganu, this oil company. This one may be no good for Malaysian people when I tell this. Me and the other 2, the first one stepped on land. And I met a man over there who working for the oil company. He say later on Malaysian soldiers will come and they will rob you, right? I told my friend, and they make fun of me. They say, "You think they are like Vietnam?" You know, they don't believe me. But what the guy says is true. They ask the people line up, searching, okay? I dare to say now in front of the camera, they drop us. One of the guy tried to resist it. The guy just slap him. Everywhere. I'm so thankful from what I learned from the book, the novel, right? For my journey, I have a ring, gold ring, because I read a book. It's hard to say, but I keep that ring in my body. Nobody can find. because from what I learned from the book. From that drink, when I reach the land, quickly I sell them and get some money to survive at the first day in Malaysia. Yes. But my wife don't believe me. She's a medical doctor back home. And later on, unite with me here, after I sponsor her, she doesn't believe. For whole week, I may say I have no number one and number two. Because nothing to drink, nothing to eat. So my system shut down. Yes?
You were married at the time?
No!
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yes,
know that.
we are classmates. But in our culture, at our time, students go to school, study, no boyfriend, no girlfriend. Okay? Be a good. Okay? So we secretly, pay attention. But after, because like I say, my dad, working for former government, I'm been blocked. I'm not able to go to university to study. But my wife, she go, and she end up in medical university. Yes, I want to stay, right? But I figure out it's unsafe because I taught her, now I love you, but I can't stay. Because later on, if we have children, and our children phone our track again, they will tell our children, your grandfather, traitor, working. So I have to decide to go. I have to decide to go. And we've been separate for 10 years. I pay a lot for phone call. And I have like a big pile of love story back and forth across the ocean. This is our love story. We have a class. At that time, some girl and boy mingle together, but nothing happened. Only two of us. That's why I surprised our classmates to say, "You guys secretly dating?" I say, "No, later on, not that time." Okay. So my wife, she quit her career from Vietnam. She a tuberculosis specialist. Yes, she come here. At that time, like I mentioned, maybe in the interview, I sponsored the other younger brother escape and ends up in Philippine refugee camp, and I sponsored my fiancée because in 1988, because she waiting for me, I waiting for her, and I feel have to be something official between the family. Can't let it floating. She's a lady. The time goes by, right? So I write a letter. I tell my parents come to her parents' house, and just have engaged ceremony for me, for us. Even doesn't have me, right? To like a seal for our relationship. And later on, I sponsor her over to Canada on fiancé status. Took her 5 years to be here. And another thing is not right here. Because we so innocent, Vietnam, right? Especially under that government. If you like something fast, you have to pay. Some people apply ways after us. They are ahead of us. They know the connection. We don't know, keep on waiting. I wrote a lot of letters, and finally, my friend, Canadian friend, his name Don Layton, is a member of United Church membership, Bethesda Church. That church is not exist anymore. That church been pushed down. But I still remember him, what he done for me, for my people, my group, right? He helped me to write a letter to External Affairs Minister and call for help. And later on, go through a lot of struggle. And finally, my fiancé come to Pearson Airport in in September 1993. So almost exactly 10 years we've been apart.
So let's go back to 1983. You're back in Pulau Bidang. You're
Yes.
still in Pulau Bidang at this
Yes,
point.
yes.
How long did it take for you to find a settlement country?
It took me almost 2 years. It probably I mentioned earlier because my father working for the U.S. government. I have some relatives who live in state, so I don't know much about Canada. I plan to go to state, like I mentioned in the beginning of the conversation, the interview today. I want to see the survivor of my elder journey. So I want to know. So that reason I try. I refuse to go to another country. Okay, or they refusing me. I try to do, but later on I have to give up because I saw an Australian nun. She like a volunteer working in a camp. She a wonderful, wonderful lady. Our Vietnamese people who live in Pulau Bidang must know and love her. And she's so concerned about me, and she know my family situation, and she discussed with Father John in the camp, and finally she gave me an advice. Definitely, if you want to go state, don't wait in here because no good for you. You should go to Canada. Canada is a neighbor of state, and later on you can go. And I listened to her, and when Canadian delegations come to the camp, and I applied, I won. Actually, at that time, a lot of delegations come to the refugee camp, different spot in our Asian area, but it's scanning. Like I mentioned in the talk interview, my boat in 99 people. When the people come there, some people they have directly family member who live in foreign country. They've been quickly sponsored and leave the camp. But some people like different situations, then we have a difficulty. For myself, because I'm waiting for a while, planning to interstate, it took me kind of that long. Even at that time, I working for the U.S. Department. My job, because I'm able to speak in English at that time already, so I have like the talk, discussion with the U.S. delegation. I'm planning interpreter for them because most our people don't speak English. So we planning the file, the interview for them. So the U.S. delegation know me. They try to help me. They wondering my case. They know my father background, but they say I'm just a worker. I can't change the policies that have been decided. So I can't help you, okay, at that time. Yeah. So finally, I've been interviewed and been accepted to come together on humanitarian status. Yes.
So to back up a bit, where did you learn your English?
Back home, in high school. At that time, my time is just one foreign language. My brother and sister, that time we can pick up two. They can study French English or German English.
That was before 1975.
Yes, in high school we study. We didn't have much chance to practice, right? Most of the time, writings, correct grammatical error. That's it. Yeah.
And when you were working for the U.S. Delegation, that was how you got some income.
No, volunteer.
That was a volunteer work?
Volunteer at all.
Was it strange for it to take that long for the U.S. to accept you? I know that they never did. You gave up finally, but why would it take that long, even if you were waiting for the U.S.?
Very good question. because the state don't want to take a whole load. They have a trick. Before you see state delegation, you have to get rejection from the other delegation. That's why we met Australian delegation first. They smart, they helping, but they smart too. And hopefully it's help for our children understand what we went through. They don't raise it up. Australian, they check your file. You are pharmacist, good. Educated people, I accept you. Engineer, good. But if you're a fisherman, you don't much. You become a low society. No, we don't want you. It's screening. So state too. State don't want to take like millions of people go to state. So they say, oh, you go over there, you go over there. And it's screening at the end. So you satisfied with my answers? That's why. People sometimes wait so long. But finally, I have to give up. Okay? Because my board, 99 people, only 3 of us left. My students left. Some of them, I have wonderful students. They come to state, they say, Thầy Huyen, you know, I come to state, I will sponsor you. You want to come? I say, yes, I need help. Because that time I'm working so hard. I'm a principal of an English teacher, like school at that time. Because you know what? When I enter to the camp, I don't know what's going on. I do labor things. But I remember one time I get a bucket to get some water. I passed by a wooden house. I saw an old man. He started to study A, B, C. I think, hey, I'm not bad in English. I can help the people. So I go to education board in the camp. I volunteer. I want to be the teacher. So they have a short interview. Then I start to be a teacher, help the people. Oh, I have a wonderful time. Wonderful time. So hard, but wonderful time. And how the people even don't know Vietnamese to start to study English from grade 1 up. And the other thing too, I should mention in this interview, because time by more and more people, Vietnamese, come to Malaysia, they don't know English. So it's hard for Malaysian policemen to feel the security check. So they have to come up with solution. Their policemen have to know Vietnamese. So you know the planning? I'm volunteer me selected to come to the mainland of Malaysia teaching Malaysian soldiers our Vietnamese language. I'm working so hard. Yes, I left position and principal of that school. I decide the benefit for our people. I say, okay, you guys stay, take care of school. Okay, I go to the land. I enter Malaysian military base and help them to study from ABC. Okay, some of them good.
So when you decided to apply to Canada,
yes,
how long did that take for you to arrive?
We don't have to wait because that depends on the seasons of the delegation who come to the camp. They are king and queen. They decide your fate.
They decide right then.
They decide right then. Well, they ask you many questions. You know, what's your background, personal history, why you decide you have any interested in to go to our homeland, stuff like that.
And how did you learn of your final destination, what city you would settle in?
I don't have a choice. I can't go to state. I've been rejected by Australian delegation. I don't want to go to France. France is not, in the camp, nobody wants to go to France because they know economy over there, you're poor, right? So I say, okay, I listen to none John Campbell, I go to Canada. I have no clue. So when very early time they mentioned I will come to Belleville, I say, because I know some friends. I say, I don't know much friends, I don't go to Belleville. I don't want to go to Belleville. And I remember that lady say, no, the name like that. But the people that city, they speaking English. I say, okay, then I go.
You were a government sponsor?
Yes.
do you remember any experience of receiving help or receiving support from the government officials when you arrived?
When we come there, they well planned, like you guys plan here. Sorry. Like we've been welcome. Like I said, they well planned. Well, we come, we have like a plastic bag with the sign of Red Crescent. Like instead of Red Cross, Malaysian, they have society. They call Red Crescent Society. So when we step out of the plane, Mr. Proud is a representative of the manpower government, saw us and he know. He said, oh, come here, come here. And he took us temporary to go to a motel. Okay? We stayed there a couple of days. Then until they arranged apartment for 4 of us. 2 sister and brother, and another guy and me, 4, in 3-bedroom apartment in Belleville. Yeah, yeah. And the couple of things they do, they talk with us, they let us know what the benefit we receive, they help us to fill out, you get old HIP card, and how much allowance you have weekly, and like something like that. They explain. Oh, they even take us to go to, what's that, the store, oh, the Bay? Yes, to buy us some jacket, because I come to Canada the end of winter, we still cold. I still snowbank. My brother and sister tried to argue with me. No snow in May. I said, I saw snow in May. He took me to the Bay. I get a light blue jacket. I still have a house right now. Okay? A little coffee table, 2 pot, so we can cook. Very basic. Okay.
Did they offer you language training?
Later on, it's about, not too bad. Within a month, they arranged for whole of our group to attend in ESL training in Belleville. It's called school in Loyalist College. Yes.
And when did you start working?
When? Right after I finished that course. I don't need much help, but because at the program I attend, at least I have some allowance during that time, right? So right after that, I started looking for work, and Mr. and Mrs. Sand, the member of First Baptist Church in Belleville, is a wonderful family. Okay, they helped me to looking for a job, fill out application form. Even I know some English, but a lot of things new for me, but they even drive me over, help me to looking for a job. I do a couple jobs. The first job I do in Canada is I have somehow I still keeping the business card, Quinty sewing machine. The first job I learned to do in Canada in fixing sewing machine and vacuum cleaner.
And when was that?
When? In 1986.
So about a year after you arrived?
Yeah, because the government gave us ESL training in 1 year. Yeah, so after that, looking for a job,
And how did you make contacts with the people at the First Baptist Church?
They have a little community in our Belleville city. I've been welcome. I remember when we come to that apartment, many Vietnamese people rushed in. Hey, you come out city, right? And you know what happened? When I left the camp, I collect a lot of mail or people because I'm a chief of education board. I make an announcement. Now I live in the camp. What can I do for you? If you need to mail the letter in Canada, give to me at my office. So people rush in office. Teacher, can you carry this mail? My sponsor letter, all kind of things. So when I come there, and I told them, I don't have money now. So they offer by stamp for me, and they take care of the letter for me that time. Yeah, they're very beautiful. Yes.
Were you a member of the Baptist Church in Vietnam before arriving? Or was
No. I'm not a Christian back home. Back home, I'm a kind of Taoist. We worship our ancestor, right? Until now, our Chu family still have our temple back in Northern. Yes.
So, was it this couple at the First Baptist Church who
Yes.
helped you, who helped you enter the church?
Yes. But because I'm able or speaking English better than my friend, so Mr. and Mrs. San try to organize a Bible study group, and I become an interpreter for that group. That's why I know Bible at that time.
And so, can you tell us briefly all the different kinds of jobs that you had after that sewing machine?
Wow, okay.
job?
That's very good. Oh, I do it quick. During that time, I worked for that store. I didn't have a good boss. He cheated people. He didn't pay us for a month. I need money. But he said, I have no money for the customer. How can I pay you? So this is a true story. It's been recorded today, right? So my friend started stealing stuff. Canadian. I saw he do strange thing. He get machine out. He get a hose out. Then I keep track. I see I know he do something like that. So finally, I quit. The government original, they want to punish me because I quit the job. I say, no, I don't quit the job. Can you work for somebody for a month, don't get paid? So Mrs. O'Brien from Manpower, when she listened to my story, she said, oh, sorry, I didn't know that. They strike up with the policeman and know that boss is a bad record. He tried to burn down his house one time to claim for insurance. He had a bad thing. He even to play game on me. See, he applied with the government. So I received a grant for the government that time, 10,000. So they sent me to go to Georgetown that time to study to become computerized sewing machine repairman. He tried to do things. But I quit before that. Yes, and through the government, the Manpower, they consider my situation. So they helped me to work through the program. It's called it helped us to build up our skill. I ended up working for YMCA to be like a general maintenance. I painting, mop the floor, polish the floor. I learned small skill. Yes, I do a couple things. And during the time, I go to Lawrence College to get upgrading after ESL, right? After school, I go picking apple, picking pear by myself. Okay, because Mrs. Green, she's like a teacher in college, connection with Mr. Mrs. San family. So he allowed me to working on his farm by myself. The all kind of thing, even picking worm too. But I can't handle that job. It's so hard.
Picking what?
Worms.
Worms.
At night.
At night.
Yes.
For fishing. To sell to fishermen.
That's right. I'm making a costume for lady too. Yes, some people don't know.
What kind of costumes?
Yes, they making like lipstick from worms. You may don't want to use lipstick anymore, right? For skin, for beauty supplies, not only for fishing. Yes. It's very hard because I remember one time that boss for worm picking stuff, he bring us to like unlawfully. He started steal from another land. We enter to that farm, and the people there with long gun and dog come out and chase us. So that's why I told him, you tried killing us? Why you did like that? You understand? Because sometimes they pay the money to come and picking at your farm. But sometimes at night, he think nobody know. So he just drop us there and go and picking worm and put us in danger. It's hard. hard. But hey, we survive.
So what ended up being your longest job, your permanent career?
Oh, okay. Since at that time in 87, my youngest brother, he failed his escape. He was caught, kicked out of school, of university. I realized my family need help. That time, even I know I have a grant, 10,000 that time. I quit. I quit from and living Belleville. I go up to Mississauga looking for a job. And that's for the government, they tracking me, say, why? Why you have like a grant like that? Why you refuse? I tell them shortly, because my family need help right now. I'm looking for a job. So I come to Mississauga and looking for a couple of jobs, do whatever I could, helping a restaurant, be everything, dishwasher, bus boy, do whatever I could, and working in a body shop, learn how to use the grinder, polish, all kind of things. But finally, I started working in the name of company Central Industry. It's in sheet metal fabricating, right? I start working there like a general labor. Then I start from there. I worked there in that company for 20 years. After the father died, the son stepped up, play trick, claim bankruptcy, and kick us out. So at that time, I decided to have my own things. Actually, I work at another company named Agora. It's another sheet metal fabricating too. During that time, I saw a lot of Vietnamese fell over there. I tried to help them because most of them, they speak barely English. They don't have any skill. So I use my lunchtime to help them. For learning skill, you have to touch, you have to deal with it. So I use my spare time teaching them. Probably because I've been hurt a lot. I understand how hurt the people, right? Hurtful to people. So I encourage them. I say, các em, you have to learn. I will teach you, right? And during that time, I have to tell the truth. It may against somebody, but I don't mind. The Indian fell over there. They tried to set up and play game on me. They blame me for something. They even break in my toolboxes. They blame me for destroy machine. But thanks God, the foreman of that company used to be a foreman of the previous company, Central, who worked with me. They lie a lot about me. They say, Chu, he mad at me, he swear at me, and my friend, Crack Bear, that's his name, he say, no, you liar. Win, never swear. Truly, in my life. Maybe I swear, maybe 2 or 3 times. I don't like swear. So that's why. They protect me. And during that time, the Vietnamese fell over there. They say, anh Huyen, we plan to have our own company and we need your skill. You want to help us? I say yes. Because 20 years I work on the field, I know a lot of connection too. So I contact the mechanic. I say, hey, they want to plan their own Vietnamese company. So can you help them? Don't? Okay, I make connection. We get the machine. I teaching them. Okay, help. I promise them I stay with them for 1 year because I get paid rather well at that time, but I quit because I told them it took me 2 years. I risked my life to be here, not come here to fight. And even the old boss of time before too, Joe Anoki, I asked him for a raise after 3-month probation, right? So the next day, when I'm running the machine after the foreman set it up, he jumped on me. He jumped on me because he try to make me feel bad. So I give up my raise, right? Asking raise. So he say, when you work, you have to put your head in it. It insults us, right? Surely. I said, Joe, I didn't set it up. Tony set it up. And I told him, yesterday I come to your office asking for a raise, but forget about that. If I'm working for you for money, I ruin my life. Yes, I'm very stubborn. I don't bend the knee in front of people.
So you quit?
No, I still working. Because I didn't like my family need food. Right? But I working like better than his own son. I don't mind my break time. Machine is not automatic. I renovated make me automatic. I had a gene of my grandfather. In the daytime, in the summertime, machine getting too hot, they confuse quit. I invent the cooling system, so that machine running. That's my skill.
Can we go back for a second?
Yeah.
You were saying that you left Belleville, you left a grant, a
Yeah.
$7,000 grant.
Yeah.
What's that grant?
They sent to me so I can attend in job brow for my career. Yeah.
The computerized sewing machine.
Yes. Because during upgrading in Lawrence College that time, I planning to be electrical engineer, right? But everything in the middle, and my youngest brother put in jail. I figure out no, too much for mom. Okay, I have to do something, right?
So you left that because you heard that your little brother was now in the Philippines.
No. In that time, in jail. In jail. So I quit.
Quit that
I
job
quit. I go to Mississauga looking for a job.
because you didn't want to waste any time learning a trade. You wanted to start making money.
Yes,
again.
for the family. Yes.
And then what happened? You eventually sponsored that brother over.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Okay, because like I come to Mississauga in '87, right? Still the time my youngest brother, two of them escaped, but my youngest brother get caught, put in jail. So I come to Mississauga '87 and '88. Two of my brother they escape again successfully and end up in Philippines. So later on, they want to go to state, they fail. I have to help them, sponsor them over to Canada. They come to Canada in 1991. Yes.
Did you need to save up any money to sponsor them, or at that time it was not?
Certainly, the government they have like the short interview check up financial with you. That's why when the people here, our people want to sponsor the people like relative, we have like secure job because it's fair for society. We don't want to people. Be fair for everyone. I'm thinking like Canadian. Okay, we don't bring the people. We can burden. No, so I sacrifice myself. Okay. My family need money, and I need money to sponsor them, so I work. Whatever, I work.
So the sacrifice was that you gave up your dream of becoming an engineer.
Yeah, because it took me a while, several years, to be an engineer, but I can go to the city and can make money right away. So '88, my younger brother have an easier time than me because I sent money over to the refugee camp for them. In 1991, my youngest brother, when he come to Canada, he returned back to the camp to help the people over there. He's kind of he achieved of he working for UNHCR, Cao ủy Liên Hợp Quốc. He go back like interpreter. He's a very good guy, yeah, intelligent guy. Yeah, he stay in the camp until the refugee camp time going down. Then he realized not much he can do, and he come back to Canada. Yes.
So he came to Canada for how long? For how many years did he stay here before going back?
He just like a couple months.
Really?
Yeah, because he realized that people need help. Yes. So he come back. He get paid by UNSCR to working for like a member. Yes. He working for a while over there.
And another point of clarification, so after 20 years at the sheet metal fabrication,
Yeah.
The two different companies, you started your own business with your
Our friends,
Yeah.
our little friend. I just help them
Okay.
because they didn't pay me well like I get paid. So I said, okay, I will help you guy, whatever you can pay me. They feel bad because when they start a business, they could pay me according to my skill. So I keep 1 year with them. After that, I move on with another business I can handle on my own. Yes.
And are you still working there, or have you retired?
Partially retired because I figure out that because that time we have our daughter. I realize we can make money, but our daughter need help, right? I'm grow up in a family. I realize how important love is. So I drop her school, pick her up at school, keep an eye on her, the way, who's that guy, who's that girl, make sure that my daughter in good track. Now she's a French teacher. Yep, she started her first year. Yes. Somehow she loves French more than English.
So now looking back, 40 years after the fall of Saigon.
Yes.
How do you feel about Canada's response to the refugee crisis?
How? I really appreciate what they done for us and for myself. That's the reason I always try to pay back. I did a lot of things volunteer for this community. Even in our neighborhood. The end of this month, 27. This is the fourth time I organize barbecue for whole of my neighborhood. Yes. I build up things in our neighborhood. We are first house plant flower and give flower to the neighbor, right? They have a 26 house in our neighborhood. Probably you have a chance to see it. And over half of them is my customer. I care for them. I have a wonderful neighbor. I take care of house. They say, whatever you can do. And sometimes Mr. Gregor, Indian neighbor, often asks me, did I owe you something? Can you believe that? I do whatever you do. And he asks me sometimes, I don't remember. So this month, 27, we are organizing for the fourth barbecue for whole neighborhood. Different nationality, different religious belief. I tell them this is a time we put aside those things. We are neighbor.
How long did it take for you to feel at home in Canada?
Very hard. Until now. I feel more home because more I'm abiding with it. Our Vietnamese community is here. Even some Vietnamese keep on coming, international students coming, and their family coming. 7 months ago, by the chance, I contact a group of Vietnamese people, ends up in basement, 4 or 5 families in the forgiveness. They wash clothes by hand, hang up on the fence. They don't have stuff. I say, oh no, when I see it, I talk to them. You guys stay here. I rush home. I knock at my neighborhood. I say, you small like our people, you have any used clothes? I need some used clothes. Cooking pan. Because my people need help. They love me, so they volunteer to give out. I rush back and help those people. I even planning to open English conversation to help those people too. But unfortunately, the plan didn't go well because when they come to this land, they don't know English. Big problem. They cause problem because sometimes they can't communicate with people. I love to do like that. I have experience when I help the people study English in the camp, so I know how hard for the people and how to deal with them.
So what do you think about the experiences of your leaving Vietnam, of your being a refugee? What do you think we can learn from that?
That is something we don't want to learn in our life because it's hurtful, right? But we have no choice. we have to leave our homeland, that the land I do believe most of us will love forever, but we have no choice. We have to leave. And we try to setting up another place, another land to become a second homeland. Yes. But only one thing, I always talk to Canadian people here. I often ask them, you born here? They say yes. I say, I owe you a favor. They say, what? I say, because when a lot of people, even my homeland, rejected me, Canada opened the hand to represent me and help my family here. I owe you a favor. That's why I help people a lot. You can't imagine. Today I dress up like very nicely. Normally, even at home, I have coverall. You know why? I can work anytime. I ride on the street. I see the people flat tie. I honking them. I say, move to the side. I have background auto mechanic. I can help them. I help the people on the street. My neighbor also. Yes. I love to help the people. I want to see the people happy because it makes me happy.
Do you have anything else you want to add?
So that's what I think. That's what I think. Yes, we have no choice. Life for some time bring it up, and we have to make decisions. So what I want to do, I hopefully later on the children, the next generation will come, and even Canadians audience will hear this one. I want to show my gratitude to the people intentionally or unintentionally that give our people, myself, my family, opportunity of life. That's what I like to say. So thank you for all the people who help me and our people on the land we learn to call and accept it is second homeland.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
So can you tell us about the items that you've brought along?
Oh, this is a great memory of my life. This is the clothes I left our homeland. It don't fit me anymore. I keep this one in my luggage. Sometimes I open it out to remind me the day I left our homeland. Right? I wear these clothes when I in Polabino, teaching. Probably my student will see this one most of the time when I attend the class, teaching them. And yes, even this one I keep because the short I have, I try to mend it a couple of times, but it keep on a hole is on it. This scarf is very special one. I think that's a story too. When I was in the boat, third day of the journey, 5 days and 7 nights, the people have no water. Stand under the deck. I realize that's so close. I have to do something to survive. No water. I make a mistake. I look at the sea. I try to taste it. Too salty to drink. But I think if I have some water to dip, to tap on my skin, make me feel better. And I did it. I make a mistake. Because when the salt water on our skin, vapor, the salt stay back and start suck up our body water. So that's the reason when I step in Malaysia, and my skin to start to peel off. I peel all the part like this. I just like a dot lizard. In our homeland, we have a big lizard. We have a lot of dot, right? So the kid on the boat don't know my name. So they give me nickname Uncle Lizard, Dot Lizard, because they don't know my name. I saw them wanted here. So I make a mistake, right? But thanks God, we've been saved by 2 times with a shower. Otherwise, a lot of people on the boat, we have to throw out the sea when we passed. Yes. Yeah. I forgot to mention our journey. 2 times, right? We were contact with a Thai pirate. But on our boat, 99 people, we have about 60 men. And like a tiger, they will attack you when you run away. At that time, we confront with them, right? They try, but when they realize our spirit, we will fight. We not give up. And because I'm a son of a soldier, I was a scout, my leading spirit. I pay, but later on, like in the earlier of the interview, I ride a boat. So that time I commanded people. Early that time, I know about Thai pirate. So I told them, when we approach the people, no lady allowed to go to the deck. But when they throw instant noodle and 2 red fish, lady rush up to the deck. I saw the guy, their eyes sparkle. They are men on the sea. You know, we talk something, I don't know, it's probably. They need women or something. I saw their eyes spark like my dog. Okay? So I yell at the people, pull back the boat. And probably they know my spirit. Right? So I ride back, pull back the boat that time. Thanks God I don't lose my leg. Because when we approach the Thai big fishing ship, we just look at them. We don't realize another one coming. You understand? So me and another boy, we use our leg to hold our wooden boat, not banking with their steel ship. We not realize another one coming. And when I feel suddenly something too strong, I just pull on my leg because they squeeze us between their ship. And the next day, when I saw the deck and the body of boat is a gap like this. Yeah, we've been safe. But you know, I can't blame them. They're so hungry, so thirsty, right?
They attacked you?
They could not. They tried. But like I say, the tiger, they will run up, you attack you when you run away. They feel when you scare. Some of my friends too. They just a few people, not overcrowded like us. But they have the knife. They say, no, you should not. You must not attack us because we fight until we're dead. Yeah.
You had two pirate ships
Yeah.
cornering you.
Yeah.
But how did you fight back?
Because we won't give in. I asked, move back. We're ready to fight. Because on their fishing ship, sometimes 10 or 15 people.
So they changed their mind.
They change their mind. They let us go away. Yeah. Yes. It's not lucky like some of my friends. In the interview, you may hear my friends. They started really attack. The pirate in the boat, raping, kidnap a woman, kill the man, rob us.
With your voices and with your stance, you showed them that you were ready to fight.
Yes.
And then that got them scared.
Yes. Because like I said, the spirit very important. I'm just like passengers. But later on, I turned to be a leader. Oh, and you know what? When we see a ship, I asked people, anyone here in the boat speaking English? No one. So I had to jump out of the sea, swimming over and asking for food or direction. Even the night before, I see big fish over there. Right? But look that, between dead, you forget about it. We're not scared of it. We fight. So some more people jump out of the sea. Because my dad training us, I know how to swim. I go to the beach sometime in Vietnam, so I'm not scared of the ocean. I jump and swim. That's why this one here, I still keep it. It's a part of my life. I learn to fight, to survive. And that's why, not only I say, you can see my eyes, you can see the spirit. I don't give up. No. If I'm a soldier, I will fight to the last bullet.